beautiful people? Welcome back to my channel. For those of you who've been rocking with me for a while, and welcome if this is your first time. This is your girl. My name is Audrey, and I'm so excited about today's video because for those of you who don't know, I moved to Roatan, Honduras, which is an island off the coast of the country of Honduras, in 2011, and I lived there for 11 years. And a lot of you don't know that I actually moved back to New York at the end of 2022. So it's been a major adjustment, major lifestyle change, especially when it comes to my health. The first 6 months that I moved back to New York, it wreaked havoc on my health and my children's health. And that's the first sign I got that, all right, I need to make some major adjustments. So in today's video, I want to share with you some of the lifestyle changes I learned to live a healthier lifestyle while living in the city. One of the first things I realized when I moved back was when I was a little girl, my mom would buy us bread, right? You got different brands, Home Pride. Do y'all still eat Wonder Bread? That was way back in the day. But anyway, she would buy the bread in the bag. And that's what we would use to make our sandwiches, our peanut butter and jelly, ham and cheese. And I remember the bread would mold after a certain amount of time sitting on the counter. And when I moved back to New York, I noticed that weeks would pass by and this bread, the same bread my mom used to buy and I buy now, same company, it's not molding. It would get like stale and a little bit hard, but it wouldn't mold. And I was like, whoa, what are they putting inside of this bread? And so one of the first things that I changed because I started thinking we can't change the atmosphere, we can't change the fact that there's so much pollution, but we can change what we put in our body and on our body. So I was thinking, that's when I started thinking, man, we eat bread a lot. Like, I know y'all can say what y'all want to say. I know bread isn't the best, but hey, we eat bread a lot. So I said, you know what? I need to make a change in this. So what I started doing was, instead of buying the bread in a bag, I would buy the bread from the bakery. Or whenever one of my family members would bake bread, I'll be like, here, let me bring you the flour, the sugar. What ingredients do you need? Because I need like a whole dozen for me and my family right now. And so that's what I started doing. My point is I would get fresh bread instead of buying the bread in the bag, because what are they putting in that bag for the bread not to get molded after a certain amount of time? Also, talking about what goes in and on your body, I haven't worn deodorant for 8 years, and I don't stink. I don't stink. So while I was living in Honduras, it's when I just got there, it was very, of course, it's hot. It's a tropical area, and I sweat a lot. I was very active. I was, this is before the kids, before I got married. Young 24-year-old thing. I was really on my exercise, on my regimen. I was really on top of it. And I noticed that the deodorant that I was using, it wasn't working. I would have to like scrub twice or shower twice a day, or like put deodorant 2 or 3 times a day to stay fresh. And so I started using what they would call natural deodorants, thinking that might help. And it didn't help. It actually just made it worse. And I came across the blog of a woman who said that she would make her own deodorant. So I was like, let me try that. I started making my own deodorant. Okay? So in this blog, the ingredients that she used, and I used as well, is coconut oil, baking soda, and cornstarch. And you mix it together. And there you have your deodorant. Just to give you a quick explanation of why that works versus your traditional deodorant that you buy in the store. The traditional deodorant that you buy in the store, it clogs up the pores in your armpit and it creates toxins. So even if you scrub every day, you cannot scrub the layer of toxins that are being built up underneath your pores. The only thing that can clean that up is by not started doing my research, then I understood how why the natural way was the way to go. So that was a transition period. Anyway, so yeah, try making your own deodorant. You can Google people different recipes. I will say, like for me personally, I had to change the amount of baking soda that I put in mine because it would start to chafe. So if I don't know the exact measurements, but if I use, for example, 1 tablespoon of baking soda, I would use 3 tablespoons of cornstarch to level out the I don't know what's in the baking soda, the chemical or the right word to say, but it would peel my underarm. And so I had to lessen the amount of baking soda. So when you look for these recipes online, just use the measurements that people give you as a guidance. And I would do a small patch test. Going back to the food, so another thing that my family eats a lot is milk. Now, for a long time, I didn't eat. I don't drink regular cow milk, and so when I started having my children, they also they just grew up knowing almond milk, cashew milk, all the other nut milks, right? And so that's what they grew up on. However, I started noticing that even though we see all of these vegan milks, almond milk, cashew milk, they say that it's healthier, but not everything that's labeled vegan is actually healthy for you because part of living a healthier lifestyle in general is being more conscious of the chemicals that we put inside of our body because they create toxins. So although you have some food that are vegan, if you look at how many chemicals are in it, you might as well go get a cheeseburger from McDonald's, right? So, same thing with the milks. The milks have all of these ingredients in it, all of these chemicals, and I'm like, man, when I make my own milk, I just soak the out. For example, I soak the almonds overnight in water, put it in the blender, and strain it, and I have milk. I add my some people use sugar. I use maple syrup. I add a dash of salt, and there I have my milk. If I want chocolate milk, I add the chocolate to it, and that's it. I'm only using 2 or 3 ingredients as opposed to using 10 plus ingredients that I see in some of these vegan milks. Try making your own, or the brand that I use when I have to go to the store. Because let's keep it real, sometimes you just can't do it. So if you have to buy your vegan milk, your almond milk, cashew milk, etc., from the supermarket, look for a brand that has the least amount of ingredients. One of those are Khalifa milk. Those are one of the brands that has the least amount of ingredients that I've seen. And last but not least, what's been really helping me to keep it together and to keep my figure a little bit you see your girl is trying, right? She's trying. I'm back on my healthy lifestyle stuff. One thing that's been helping me to keep it together, not just like weight wise and losing inches off my waist, but just feeling better and having a lot of energy is juicing. Juicing is like injecting your body with the goodness of nature. It goes straight into your bloodstream. So I use an orange juice, a green juice, and a red juice. Each of them have the different benefits depending on what fruits and veggies I put in. For example, an anti-inflammatory juice that I use in orange juice is pineapple, ginger, turmeric, and cucumber. For my red juice to give me a boost of energy, I use watermelon and beets, and I add ginger to all of my juices actually. But yeah, watermelon and beets. Watermelon it hydrates you so much. Like you can drink as much water as you want, but when you are hydrated with fruits, it's like another level of hydration that penetrates deep. So try it and let me know what other recipes you might try. If you have any other